When people hear eating disorder, they think vanity. They imagine someone obsessed with looks. But for me, it wasn't about mirrors or beauty. It was about control. When life felt overwhelming, controlling food felt like the only thing I could manage. It started small, skipping meals, hiding snacks, making excuses. People thought I was just being healthy, but inside, food became my enemy and my comfort at the same time. Soon, the rules took over. Count every calorie, exercise to exhaustion, punish myself for every slip. My reflection was never good enough. My body became a battlefield. My hair thinned, my energy vanished, and I fainted more than once. But when people praised my weight loss, I smiled, while inside I was crumbling. One morning, I collapsed. My body could no longer keep up with the war I was waging against it. In the hospital bed, hooked up to machines, I realized this was not about vanity. This was about survival. Doctors diagnosed me with anorexia nervosa. They explained eating disorders come in many forms: anorexia, bulimia, binge eating disorder, and others. Each one is serious. Each one can be life-threatening. They told me eating disorders aren't choices. They're mental health conditions, complicated, painful, and often misunderstood. My disorder wasn't about looking thin. It was about trying to cope with emotions I didn't know how to handle. Therapy became my lifeline. I started cognitive behavioral therapy, learning to challenge the voice in my head that lied about my worth. It was exhausting, but slowly I began to believe a different story. My family became my anchors. They learned not to comment on my weight, but to focus on my feelings. Instead of asking, "Did you eat?" they asked, "How are you doing today?" That shift made me feel loved, not judged. Recovery was hard because everywhere I looked, social media, magazines, beauty meant thinness. I had to unfollow toxic accounts and remind myself health is not a number and worth is not a size. Working with a nutritionist helped me rebuild my relationship with food. It wasn't about diets anymore. It was about nourishing my body, giving it what it needed to heal and thrive. Recovery wasn't perfect. There were relapses, days I wanted to fall back into old habits, but my therapist reminded me setbacks don't mean failure. Healing is a journey, not a straight line. Joining a support group was life-changing. Hearing others say the words I was too afraid to speak made me realize I wasn't broken, I wasn't alone. Exercise used to be punishment. Now I learned to move my body with kindness, dancing, stretching, walking, not to shrink it, but to celebrate it. My disorder had affected school too: missed classes, low energy, difficulty concentrating. With accommodations and support, I began to find balance again, rebuilding the parts of my life I'd neglected. My friends once didn't understand. But when I opened up, many admitted they had struggled too. Mental health became something we talked about openly, not with shame. Art became therapy. Painting, writing, and music helped me express feelings I couldn't always put into words. Creativity became freedom. The bravest thing I ever did was admit I needed help. Vulnerability wasn't weakness, it was the doorway to strength. Today, I share my story because someone once shared theirs with me. If my words can save even one person from feeling alone, then every battle was worth it. Eating disorders aren't about vanity. They are about pain, survival, and the desperate search for control. But with help, healing is possible. If you're struggling, know this: you are worthy of recovery and your story isn't over.
Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. It really helps us out.